All right, welcome. Hope you guys are doing all right. January the 20th, 21. If you believe it, we're almost 2/3 done with our first month. As you get on here, we're welcoming you. We got a great day packed with it. I think you're going to get some lot of value. And we are going to talk about generating more leads. And yet, what I really got to do is just have a real conversation about what's going on in our market. Because I could tell you, I got my license in 2007. Norman's been in it longer. I've never seen a market what we're seeing today, right? People keep coming to me time after time. You can share it. And here's the conversation that they're having is, Chad, I'm getting a listing. I'm getting multiple offers. I'm off to one of my best starts in the first quarter. Got multiple offer situations and just handling it. Yet we sit here as an office and we're sitting at an all-time low when it comes to inventory and listings. Not because of agents or market share, any of that. We just do not have enough listings. And so this is going to be a little bit of conversation around the listing piece. But I really want us to be clear. I get on call after call and I'm talking to top people, and here's what they say to go generate more listings. You might want to write this down. And yet it's something you haven't heard before. This is not fancy. Call your sphere, call the people that you know, check in with them and tell them the market that we're currently in. And if anyone has considered in selling in the next 2 years, the time to do it is now. Why do I say that? I'm not saying things are going to fall apart and going to change, but as of right now, their home might be worth more than they want, and we know that we can sell it. Now, you're going to have the fear of, oh, what do I do next? If I sell it, where do I move to? Well, we can handle that. Properties are still going to come on the market, right? And yet we know we've got to be prepared to take advantage of it. With interest rates and everything that's going on right now, this is the opportunity to do it as well, okay? So we know we have a change in administration, right? Chad's not going to tell you one way or another. We got a new president. I will always honor the president that is the president of the United States. And so with that, there'll be some changes. They're not quick when it comes to it, right? We're not something all of a sudden he gets in office and then everything flips, either any side that you sit on. So what I'm telling you is, let's be genuine, let's check with people, and let's help through it. We're hearing about some people maybe have been put on furlough. Maybe they did a forbearance, right? The foreclosures, just do not believe that they're going to happen. Because why? People are not upside down on their property. They have equity, but we still need to get to them because we might need to walk them through some situations as well. So I'm kind of kicking it off a little bit in that regard. We're going to get into a little bit of Facebook, right, in the position that we are in to generate some leads. We do have some agents that are having success using social media. Mm-hmm. So we have that in regards to. So it looks like a little bit, but I wanted to share a few things on some of the markets. So let me open this up and share my screen. So when I look at our market and our territory, basically look at Fort Bend more specifically. I look at a few MLS areas, right? We can divide that into MLS. And so that gives me an opportunity to look at our market in a way that really gives me some clarity. So I'm going to share my screen, and I just want to share with you a quick little report. You guys see this? Mm-hmm. All right. So when I look at this, I look at the Fort Bend area as the way it's divided up. So it's basically Fort Bend County. So currently, over a 2-year snapshot, right? This is what you're looking at. And the first red line is what's for sale. Look at that. All-time low of inventory in our market. And then you turn around and you go, hey, look what's sold. All-time high in the last 2 years, right? In the summer, we were really close. Never seen a January like that. And our under contract is at a high rate. So me to emphasize this, right, is telling you people that are on the fence, we need to get them to make a decision. Over the last 2 years, it's down 40% of what's for sale. And shoot, now it's just comparing it from December to December, how we ended the year. I'm letting that resonate with you a little bit. We need listings. So part of this is my analogy. Some of you heard me tell this story before, is imagine if you're running a a car dealership. I got a buddy that runs a Chevy dealership. And so he talks about it a little bit. And you're going, this year, I'm going to have a record year in sales. Yet you drive up to the lot and there's no cars on the parking lot. And you do the other ones have been picked through and or they're already sold. And that's the world we live in. Oh yeah, by the way, if you listen to anybody in the car industry, they're facing the same battle we're facing with real estate. Now, what they'll tell you is there's still things that are going to come in, right? People can buy, they're going to be trade-ins if you're buying used, but you better be prepared to grab it when it gets there because it won't last long. Similarly, when we're dealing with homes too. So tomorrow we do have a class. I know there's only, this is an in-person class, no Zoom, you got to register. Andy is teaching how do we win in multiple offer situations. Yet I'm going to go in there and I should start the class and I go by this. You want to know how you win in a multiple offer situation? Go get the listing. Get to the seller first before somebody else does. Tell you that's the top producer. You can write that down. You go, Chad, you're being funny or sarcastic, or some people call me obnoxious, but I really want to drive this point into you guys so it's really clear. Let's keep looking at some more reports. So maybe you guys will start to really listen to this, and maybe perhaps I might need my glasses. You'll believe me. Here you go. Look at this one. You guys see this? Okay. Month supply of inventory. Look at that compared to December of 18, which we considered still a strong market, by the way. There is 1 month, 1.8, meaning that if no new markets came on and everything sold that was on the market, we wouldn't even have 2 months supply. That means all the crap that's out there would have to be sold. And that's down over 2 years, 71.4%. Huge drop in inventory, and even in a strong real estate market. So that's an extreme measure. Did I tell you that we need more listings and we got to go find them and do whatever we can to get those listings? And here's the last piece to give you a little bit. Let me share this last screen because I want to start this off before we picture it in. And then we're going to go into we're going to be talking about generating leads. And what I would tell you is these are stories that you need to tell. And we can do that using social media. Look at the change of just in the last 6 months of under contract. It's unbelievable to start the year in January. I give you these numbers. We'll put these reports on KWSW25, and yet the resource is I want you guys to go out and tell these stories. I want you to call your database in your sphere, and I want you to tell the stories of reality that we're in. And if anyone is looking to sell, we believe the opportunity is right now. Here's the question you're going to get asked lots of times is, what's going to go on in the market? Maybe you've had that question. So here's my take to it. And I'm not an economist. I listen to economists, right? This lack of inventory is not going to change anytime soon, right? Change in administration, right? The whole world's going to fall apart. Don't believe that, by the way, right? Things are going to shift. We have things that are impacting. Interest rates can go up. Even if they do, for us to increase our inventory, it maybe we would see a huge increase in the fourth quarter. But I'm hearing people say a year, 18 months. So we are in for a ride in a seller's market. And yet it's an opportunity for buyers to buy, especially with the interest rates where they are. At times, I feel like it's free money they're giving us to get into home ownership. Could we see interest rates rise up? Sure. Still, even if they went up a point, they're still unbelievable. I'm talking a full point. So we got to get to people. We got to have really good conversations with them, and they want to buy. Do I tell them, hey, you should wait? No, today's the market based on interest rates, because yes, the market could shift. Now let's go back to 2007, 8, 9, right? Let's really understand the Houston market, what happened. Norman, you were around, right? and we heard about the national news and everything dropping and everything falling out. You got to remember, Houston's just a very affordable place. Our prices increase slightly. So if we have an adjustment, it's not going to fall out, right? We're not in California, and I've gained a lot of knowledge in California. We're not in Florida, other types where the bottom falls out on it, because we haven't had it great. Our sales could slow down if we had a major shift, but our value is really going to hold tight, especially in the entry level product that we sell. And I'm telling you, entry level could be 200 up to 400 as an entry level. I just don't see that ever being impacted because we have a shortage in that. I don't think it's being addressed anytime soon. So these are real conversations that we need to have on each other. But would I buy real estate today? Absolutely. Bought another home last year at the end of the year. Could still buy it. There's still opportunity out there. Is it harder to find? Yes, it's harder to find. Would I have my money ready for I could grab an opportunity? Certainly would. And yet, would I go out and have conversations with sellers today if they're thinking about it and we could really work through a solution if it came to finding them a home? Would I go door knock on neighborhoods? I would. Would I circle prospect around and tell them we're looking for sellers? Would I use social media? I would use all those platforms. I'd go after it like nobody before. Because if I can control that listing that comes on the market, i.e. being you, i.e. being the office, we control the inventory, we control this game. It's going to be a wild ride. I'm excited about it. I think it's an awesome opportunity to jump into this industry, but we're going to have to go to work. And you're going to have to attack your sphere and your database like nothing before. All right, that's my 15-minute warm-up. Norman and Nimesh, what are you hearing before I switch it over and talk about technology?
Well, what I'm blown away with is the fact that we're having this conversation right now, and the fact that you're saying that we can be in this kind of market for the next 8, 10, 18 months, something like that, where the conversation was so different, say 8 to 10 months ago, of what we were forecasting this time period would be.
Yeah.
It's such a 180. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, remember the key for listings, right? The listings is control the product, control the game, right? And if we can get in there and we can have truthful conversations with sellers, we still got to be smart about the price, and right, we still got to be in the market, and we got to get it in the right condition. If they follow your leads, you really create an opportunity. Are we going to have some appraisal issues? Yeah, that's always a challenge when you're in a market like this, right? As you move forward. Do we still have some employment issues with people? Yeah, absolutely, right? There's some businesses that are struggling right now. And there's some others that people are having record years, and that's just really on this trend. In a pandemic, right? In an election change, those are all things that usually impacted us. But remember, in 2007-8, real estate caused the shift in the market. This is not causing. In fact, real estate will hold steady and will pull us through any of these changes that are coming too. So if you're sitting there today going, is real estate right for me? Can I build a big career? Can I increase? I'm going to tell you yes. And I'm going to also emphasize to you is we need to go get listings. Yes, or we're going to give you tools and strategies how to win in multiple offer situations. Or you're going to have some frank conversations with buyers right now to be ready. And are they going to times feel like, oh, you're just telling her the market's going to fall out? And in my opinion, right, where I sit and who I listen to, I do not see a drastic change coming. So let's go to work and pick it up. The best technology you have is in your fingertips right here, and you call people and check in and see how they're doing. And yet, part of the meeting to lure you in is talking about social media. So let's talk about Facebook. Nimesh and I have a little bit of format that's really fundamental, but we want to go in this attack, and then we're going to show you opportunities to grow it more. So Nimesh, what are you seeing when it comes to technology and with agents, and how can we get our greatest return on our efforts and or money if we're paying for Facebook leads?
Yeah. Before we get started on going down that path, I actually want to bring up a couple of good statistics to kind of enlighten you into why going down this route. Okay. Why social media? Why focus on it? naturally everybody knows that, hey, 2020, 2021, everybody's on social media. But the interesting thing here is that there's a staggering number. 70% of adults use Facebook. All right. And I know Facebook right now kind of has a negative light on it due to what it's going through as far as privacy and sharing and whatnot. And it's not going anywhere though. Okay. Especially from a business perspective, right?
Yep.
The other phenomenal stat is that the average American spends at least 35 minutes a day on Facebook, 7 days a week, right? So why would you not want to get in front of these people? Right?
Well, that's lead generating tip number one is, right? Have a message and share it with a group of people. And we have an audience and a platform that provides to us.
Right. Absolutely. It only makes sense. It only makes sense, it being in the real estate industry, that we use this platform to reach out to our, our sphere. And another one is that majority of the people now this one's natural, everybody already knows it, say that they've seen the home that they eventually buy, that they saw it online first and they reviewed it online before they even stepped foot in the house.
Yeah.
Right. So that's another way we want to, have that presence. So that way we get the home in front of them first. Right.
Well, that's a simple thing to say is, how do I share a message with an audience on Facebook? If you put the product, a home, right, in front of the consumer, they're drawn to real estate. And if you do it in a creative and unique way, it'll always drive eyeballs to it.
Right.
Not 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2,800 square feet. That's not drawing anybody's attention.
Right.
Or sharing the hard link onto your social media. That's not drawing anyone. Namesh or Norman and his Speedo jumping into the pool and filming it and show them how deep it is and tell them, come on over. I got an open house. The sellers won't mind. I'm being a little dramatic on that. That'll drive eyeballs. That's in a unique way.
Our only problem is everybody just pictured it. And now everybody's
I'm so sorry.
That was
Andy might have to fire me after this, but
Yeah.
All right, keep going. Sorry, take
no, that's it's a valid point. Now here's the other thing that I really want to emphasize. I know you've preached this a lot, and we talk about not buying leads. Well, first of all, there's two aspects of this, right? We have our social posts, which we'll kind of go over a little bit. I'd like to touch that a little bit, and then specifically running ads in Facebook, targeted, right, generated ads in Facebook. And you've said multiple times how we want to stay away from potentially buying leads. But there's a distinct difference between using Facebook as a platform to generate leads and buying leads from elsewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we're talking about Zillow and all these other places that call you or email you saying, hey, I'll get you this many leads or buy this zip code or buy these neighborhoods. The problem is that these leads, they're pretty bad and we're paying exponentially for them. Right. And the reason being is because there's a middleman, be it Zillow or any one of these other people that are selling you the lead. With Facebook leads, we're just using Facebook as a platform to get the ad out. There's no middleman. It's you directly sending, requesting that lead and that lead coming directly to you. So that's a major difference, right? So that's where we're seeing where leads are costing on average like $1 and change a lead, right? And then once you convert that lead, yes, will those Facebook leads generally be more of a long-term nurture? Yes, they probably will, right? Yet they're valid leads, most of them. And when you do convert them, they're a full-on client. There's no middleman. There's no commission going anywhere else. They're a natural client of yours.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start really good because I have this conversation a lot, even with capping agents. So this is going to be fundamental. Business and personal page.
Yes.
Okay, we want both.
We do.
Okay, so the number one thing on this is, yes, you have your personal page. Yes, you can share real estate on there, but you need to create a Facebook business page.
Yes, it's a must. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
The first thing that I tell you guys, if you're taking intro to command, right, is that you must create a business page. Okay. First of all, Facebook doesn't even allow you to run ads on a personal page, right? In fact, it's part of their terms and conditions. You're really not supposed to be selling business or conducting business on a personal page, okay? And therefore, that's why you cannot run ads on that. And plus, it gives you a distinct way of separating your personal and your business, right? And like Chad said, you could mix and match a little bit, right? That's not a problem. You can always share stuff on your personal page that you posted on your business page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But to stay compliant, of course, you kind of want to have that distinction.
The question was, do we have a video tutorial on how to do this, to set up that business Facebook page?
We don't directly, right? We can make one, yet it's also readily available out there to create a business page, okay,
Yeah.
from Facebook. It's just an addition to your personal, an extension of your personal page. Norman, you have anything to add on that?
No, I think you're right. And we're allowed, if you need to set up time to meet with Norman and Nimesh or whatever, let them know and they'll walk you through it. We'll shorten in your learning curve if you're sitting there spending hours and don't know where to begin.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Then let's talk about content, because this is really critical. The consumer, your audience, right? They don't want to hear about you. They want to hear about real estate, unique, very specific content. This doesn't cost anything. It's consistent and frequent. So what do we see is really things that really is a content that gets eyeballs to a page.
Yeah, we want to focus on, most of your posting should focus on coming from contribution, okay? It shouldn't be about selling yourself or selling your products, okay? We have a tendency to obviously celebrate our accomplishments, right? Like just solds and just listeds, and which is fair. And that's something we should be doing. Yet majority of our content should be coming from contribution, right? So, share some benefits or share your expertise. Some of the market information that we just went over that Chad just told you to share. Yeah. Right. Those are the kind of examples of content we want to get out there.
And it could be as simple as a homeowner with things that we should consider, right? And you go, well, I don't know of any ideas. Well, you're walking through the house with the consumer, you're at an inspection and you notice something, pool equipment or a crack in the sidewalk, and then you create just a very helpful things to consider and make it a real video that'll drive eyeballs. Hey, we're at an inspection and the crack in this sidewalk is going to be something that needs to be repaired, and here is why. So if you ever need any help with it, I got a great person as well, but we always recommend don't wait till you list your home. You should get that fixed today. The costs will run from here to here. Now, those are just things I'm popping up. Could have been you're out in the backyard and you hear the pool equipment going on the motor, right? And going, okay, that motor is at the end of its life. It's really noisy. You can continue to do it, but this is going to need to be replaced. This is the cost, what it looks like. I got a great pool company to do that as well, but that should give you concern, right? Real topics that show up that you should do with, or you see a crack somewhere in the ceiling or doing it. What gives you concern, what not? That is real content that you can really drive home. Anything else on that topic? We don't have to pay, we don't have to spend money on this.
No, we don't. And that's exactly, I did want to cover that a little bit. Like, and for those that are somewhat analytical like me out there, if you wanted to put a percentage on it based on what the coming from the helpful content versus your accomplishments and selling yourself and selling your business, you want to stick with our normal 80-20 principle, right? 20% should be about your business and your accomplishments, right? And 80% should be helpful content coming from contribution. All right.
Okay. What talk a little bit about videos.
Yeah. So the thing about videos are awesome. They're the new thing and relatively new thing, right? And everybody loves them. The only thing is you got to make sure you keep the audience engaged, right? And the big thing is they cannot be super long videos. All right. They got to be short and sweet. Okay. And super interesting. So you got to get to the point quickly, and it can only be a few seconds long because otherwise you're going to lose the audience. All right. And when we come into the ads portion, you're actually going to be able to use video and ads. Just be careful with that, because we've seen some statistics where the actual still images in an ad is having better response than a video only because they used the wrong type of video, right?
Yeah.
It just dragged on, or the contributing factor of the video was much later in the video. And people are just going to keep scrolling.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're going to utilize video, which I think is great, just make sure it's short and you're straight to the point.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Another thing we talked about is adding gated content. What does that mean?
Okay. So this is where the fun begins. All right. Gated content is where you want to protect certain information, right? A great analogy is you want to make sure that you're just showing them the preview, right? You're giving them a preview. Don't show them the whole movie. If you show them the whole movie in your ad, then what's the point of them coming to you? They don't need any more information. You just gave it all to them, right? So that's what we refer to as gated content, right? Yep. Where it's like hook, line, and sinker. You got to hook them in, but you can't show them the whole movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so how do they get it?
Right. So I actually have examples, right? It's what you were referring to earlier. You definitely, let's say you're promoting a home of yours, right? Or any listing or something of that sort. You're not going to put all the information in there. Don't put the address, how much it is, bedrooms and bathrooms, square footage, that kind of stuff, right? There's no point in them reaching out to you after that or submitting their info for more information, right? You've got to be short and sweet. So let me give you some examples, okay? All right, so here we go. Everybody got it? So here's a simple one of a really nice looking redone kitchen, right? This could be your listing, right? Now you could run this in a post, you could run it in an ad, right? It's very social media-y, right? And then you'll surround this by, now this was made in Designs in a few minutes. And it was, you can, headline whatever you need to surrounding it. But this is a great professional looking image, right? Another one, a just listed campaign, right? West University, Houston, contact me for more details, right? That's a home in Westview, right? With our branding and surrounding that. Let's say we wanted to shift a little bit and talk about how to target with, around your website, right? Coming from content, contribution, right? Something simple as that. A family in a home that looks like it could be any one of our houses, the right home, the right school, all in one search, and point them to your website, right? Which now this leads a little bit to your destination and landing pages, which we're going to get to. Oh, how about the market? We've talked about the market analysis, right? Here's a great way to pull in somebody.
Yep.
Right? So shares like that.
Okay, so gated, drawing them in just enough of the T's that they come in and register, right? That's where we generate a nurture and a name, and that's where we see fun things too, right? I'm not going to tell you you're going to knock it out. You're going to have somebody who signs and registered I'm not giving you my information at .com, right? At gmail.com. You're going to get those. It's just part of it.
Oh, my favorite lead that I got from Facebook was Mr. Nanya Business.
Yeah.
That's what I got on my thing, Nanya Business.
Yes, he shows up on a lot of people's leads, right?
Yeah.
And that's just part of it. It makes it fun and we laugh. So how do I get this? How do I take it to the next level?
Before we get to the next level, I also want to just make sure that if somebody's still not understanding gated content, what happens is I want to make sure I explain the process, right? The whole point is to get them to contact you, right? Well, how does that happen? Well, in a gated contented ad, when they click on the ad, it actually pops up information. Well, hey, if you want further information, right? For me to take you to the destination that's going to provide you the information you're seeking, you need to supply me your information. Like I need your name, your phone number, and email. That way I can get that information to you, right? And contact you with further information. So that's what the gated is. So when they click on the ad to learn further information, right, it requires them to submit their information, right? In which our platform, of course, Command, it comes directly into Command.
Yeah. That would be an advantage to doing it through there. It goes right into our Command, goes right into your database. Then you can easily cook them on a smart plan as well.
Yes, which I'll circle back around to near the end about some cool upcoming things.
Okay.
Right? That's in relation to this.
All right, so we know there's an opportunity in there as well. We do believe that, let's just go back through it. You got to create a Facebook business page no matter what, right? 70% of the world is on it, so create it. Then just create very authentic, consistent, and frequent posts on it as well. Some research will tell you at least 3 times a day. It's consistent and frequent, but if you visit with people who are having success on social media, it's the consistency and frequency that they show up. It's just be focused on it, right? And if it's 1 time a week, 2 times a week, 1 time a day, if you do that over the course of time, you're going to generate some sort of traffic. The more unique, right? The more value rich that you put your content, of course, all the value that's going to get in there. Have some fun with it. I do have news for you. You're going to have to get over the fact of what you sound like, because that's the way you sound. So just get over it. Right. If you're doing a video, do 3 of them, pick the very best one and go. Well, it's not perfect. It's okay. We're not going to be perfect. I don't even listen to myself anymore because I get annoyed by my own voice. You guys have to listen to it on the team meeting. My team has to listen to it every day, but I just get over the fact I'm going to keep sharing my message over and over in different ways and variation and have a little bit of fun with it.
And there's a specific point I want to add to that. You're talking about 3 posts, the 3 posts a day, 4 posts a week, 5 posts.
Yeah.
Make no mistake. We're not saying spend all day on social media posting.
No.
All right. So that we definitely want to time block that. And there's actually great features, even on the free posts, right? On our standard post, there's actually built in a command as post scheduler. You can actually go in there, dedicate a time, say Sunday or Monday morning, Sunday afternoon, something like that. And you can actually post your entire posting, schedule them for the whole week, right?
Yeah.
You can even go the whole month, but you can go the whole week, right? And that way you're not focused on doing that instead of lead generating in other ways.
Right. And you just know some people are going to make fun of you, like Justin's making fun of my videos. Guess what? I just get over it. I don't care. Well, they are perfect if I show up every day and we run through it. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there. We are in a sales. We're going to deliver it. And don't worry about so much of being, this has got to be the perfect video. Be genuine in the content and value rich, and it'll just show up. And what videos do you find yourself watching? And just be consistent with you. And remember, it's not for the whole world, right? Because 1/3 of the population is not going to like it. 1/3 of the population could care less, but 1/3 is going to find value in it. So go find your 1/3 that will pay attention to you. Okay. All right. Anything else to really take this to the next level?
I mean, you can, again, video is one way, right? To make it look a little different. Just make sure you stay within the parameters that are, to focus on what actually works, right? If you're going to use imagery, another cool way is to make sure you have multiple pictures, right? It'll carousel through that and it'll keep people engaged for a few minutes because they're going to flip through the pictures and really entice them, right? The other thing that I definitely wanted to focus on is that there's actually 2 different types of ads you can run. Okay. So the first one, and the more commonly used one, what you're going to do is target a general audience, right? You're going to run an ad for a listing or some kind of service you're providing, and it's going to be to the general public, rightfully so. That's who we should target most of the time. Yet there may be some times where there's content of value that you want to provide your sphere, right? Your actual contacts, your friends on Facebook, right? And believe it or not, you can actually run an ad that targets them, right? You may ask, well, why would I do that, Nimesh? Why would I pay to run an ad to focus on the people that I can just post for free on, right? Well, the difference is that when you post just a standard post, unfortunately, your whole sphere, all your friends are not going to see that post. Facebook has an algorithm and that I can't explain, right? Where you're not going to see everybody's post. You only see certain people's posts at a time and so on and so forth. Now, if you used a paid ad focused on your contacts, it will actually show up to everybody in your contacts, right? So it's something that you want your spheres to definitely see. That's a route to go.
That's right.
Okay. So definitely want to focus on that.
Right. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. How do we create a unique real estate landing page experience?
Right.
Because we always want to drive this to somewhere? Gated content, real content, where are we driving them to?
Right, so that's the thing. So this is the final piece of the ad puzzle, right? When you actually click on that gated content and then they get the information, they get the little pop-up to submit their information. Well, where are they going to go after that? There has to be a target destination, right? The ones that we like to, so what we refer to as a landing page. So when you're creating the ad, it's going to say, what is the landing page you're directing these guys to, right?
Yeah.
Now, like Chad mentioned earlier, we don't want to just throw them on HAR or the HAR link or whatnot, right? So depending on the content that you're advertising is where you want to decide to do a landing page.
Yeah.
If you're focusing on a particular house, a particular neighborhood, something like that, well, you can make a landing page right in command for that particular home.
Yeah.
Right. Or neighborhood. I can give you an example as I'm talking about.
This is really powerful if you guys are not using this.
Yeah.
So when you get your listing this week, let's create a unique landing page for that home.
Right. And the way it's created for us, it's short, it's simple, right? And it gets right to the point. It still looks super professional, right? So here we are on one of mine. It's a listing, right? And it doesn't take long to create this because all the information is all pulled directly from the MLS, right? So here's a listing one, right? And it's got every picture from the MLS that they can scroll through, right? Some neighborhood statistics. If you have a video to attach, you can attach a video that always gets them in, right? And then there is a contact portion where they can actually contact you. Again, they've already done it once, right? But if they, let's say, for example, this is their second chance. If they gave you none of your business the first time and they realized, hey, no, this person knows what they're talking about, or I really want some information. Well, this is a second chance for them to come in and give you the actual information, right? So it works the same way where that lead is going to come into command directly from here as it did in the Facebook ad. Okay. And then we have information about yourself, right? So what's a landing page? A landing page is a single page with the information that you're providing that you promised, right? There's no other distractions. There's nowhere else to go. It's not HAR where they can just go find another listing or find another agent, right? They specifically requested information about this listing, right? Or this neighborhood or about you. And that's what you're providing, right? So here's another example. Similar, right? Because this is the format I use. Now they're customizable, so you can make it how you see fit, right? Now, if it was something that was promoting your website or promoting, an app or something like that, well, you can point them in that direction, right? You can point them to your website where they can search for whatever listings nationwide, right? And browse through your website and come from contribution there, right? There's, stuff on lenders, there's mortgage calculators, there's a CMA generator, right? So I've got all that content there. Again, it's about me, right? It's the destination, it's the information we're providing.
Okay, let's go back and let's regroup this as well. And then that way you can get engaged, because you might be sitting out there going, oh my gosh, this is so overwhelming. Or you might be sitting out there going, I'm started this process, I want to learn more. Or some of you might be sitting out there and you just say, I've already perfected this, I'm awesome at it. You guys should have had me on the call. Raise your hand if you're that person, because we'll include you on this process, because we do have agents out there that are really doing this at a high level. Okay, so I'm out there, right? And we had a simple question, creating a simple Facebook page. There's ways to go about it. If you need help with that, schedule time with Nimesh and Norman. They're happy to sit down with you and shorten your learning curve. Don't throw your hands up and be frustrated. There's no reason to be alone in this at Keller Williams. We got way too many resources to help you. If you need your hand held, we can send you the right videos and resources along the way, right? And by the other one, you can just go meet with Greg, and sometimes Greg will say, I'll do it for you. Is it an additional cost? There is. But some of you are like going, if I can just pay somebody to go do it, then we'll do it. We have that model in there as well, and we can do that on the same way, right? Then the commitment of doing it every single day is up to you. There's an accountability piece that comes into it. That's why we love the bold structure that we have with David Jones getting in there, because he'll hold you accountable for doing some things. If you're going, you know what? I'm committed to doing one post a day. Okay, great. We'll help. You can get some help along the way. So here's my point back to you, Nimesh. If I want to learn more about this, do we have some education opportunities to learn more?
We do, absolutely. And what we've talked about here, right? From the, the most important thing is generating leads from Facebook, right? The absolute most important, how to actually do these ads, run them at an effective high level, right? The other thing is scheduling social posts, right? That way we're not spending all day on social media every day, right? And then of course, then segueing into, well, how do we create the content in a professional manner to utilize these ads, right? So we do have these sessions for these, right? The command sessions for these. You're going to primarily get most of it in the campaigns class, right? So look out for command campaigns class. They generally run 2 times a day on the days that is campaigns at 9:30 in the morning and 6 o'clock in the evening. So it's whichever one you can make it. Morning sessions, evening sessions, exactly the same. Okay.
When's the next one?
So the next one, now you're putting me on the spot a little bit. I think Norman's going to look it up here while I kind of ramble on. It's next week for sure. Okay. Next Tuesday or Thursday is going to tell you exactly which day.
Okay.
Because,
all right, here I have a homework assignment for you guys today. If you're not using this and you're just starting it out, or anyone else, I would make sure your Facebook business page, I'd go create a fun video of something real that showed up in the real estate market today, right? Maybe it's a new home and a construction you're walking through. The salesperson says, yeah, shoot that as a video. Or you're showing something that's really cool. Maybe it's an inspection report. Go and shoot your video. And then share it on your business page. And then your business page say, my business coach, you can call us business coach, push me to do a video. What do you think? Be gentle, right? And it's authentic posts to get them to watch from your business page, and then they'll get it and go, hey, great job. That was really good. What else would you like to see? You could put in the comments and work on ways of just genuine engaging your audience, right? And it's a simple way to do it. But what you did is you create the content on your business page and you went and shared on your personal page and you made it personal, going, hey, this is a business. I'm wondering what your feedback is for me. How can I get better? What do you think? Simple way to do that, to put ourselves out there. And you're always, or you can just go with the message of, hey, look, here's some reports that we have from our office. We're at an all-time low when it comes to inventory and under contract. Man, who do you know that might be looking to sell today? We believe it's a great time. Okay.
Yeah.
So Norman put in there Tuesday, we have the command class as well.
That's right. Tuesday, next week, the 26th, there's going to be a 9 a.m. and a 6 p.m. class on campaigns.
Okay. It creates it an opportunity. All right. I hope you,
one more thing. One more thing. Well, you were talking about, you gave him the homework assignment, right? Now, if you did that homework assignment and you want a, hey, can I get with somebody to help me post this, or what kind of benefits and the wordings and whatnot to add with my video that you just made, or if it's a picture, just bring it to class on Tuesday and utilize it to make the post, right? On social media. We'll definitely help you with that. And also with the Facebook business page, we can always go over that right before we start the actual ad campaigns and the rest of campaigns.
All right. So if social media is in your business platform to grow your business and to grow your leads, just be all in and figure it out. You have all the resources here. You're not alone. We have classes. We have people, staff to help support you, to get you started. And if you just want the easy button, go see Greg and go to his site, and he'll do a lot of this for you. All right. There's an additional charge to that because it kind of comes with some other people outside. Yet we'll teach you how to do it too. Don't make no mistake about it. We're in for an interesting ride in our market this year. And yet the opportunity is for you to go grab. You go grab a listing. You're going to control this market. You're going to control your goals and your desires for the year. I'm excited about it. It's going to be different. And we got to get out there and educate people along the way that real estate is. Real estate is solid. But go and generally contact your sphere and tell them what's going on in the market. Who do they know that might consider selling in the next 2 years? We think the opportunity might be sped up a little bit based on our market. Okay. Anything else that I missed?
I did come up with I believe the designs class that takes place before the campaigns class. So you can maybe, if you would like to learn how to create some of the ones examples that I just showed you earlier, I believe it's tomorrow, right before the campaign. So you take that tomorrow, You created a design that you can use in your ad or post, and then you can utilize it on Tuesday.
Yep. When's the training? When would the landing page be covered?
The landing page, I believe, is the Thursday after that, right, Norman?
I'm looking right now and you are correct.
Yeah, campaigns then goes into the consumer section, which is the landing pages, which
Yep.
the next Thursday.
And again, it's at 9:30 and at 6 p.m. So you have two opportunities there.
Right.
Awesome. Okay, continue to follow that kwsw25.com. We're pretty good at being accurate. There are sometimes we are human and there's a time that something didn't get right, but just keep asking, call the front desk too, and we'll connect you as well. All right, don't leave yet. We got some of our business partner vendors that are going to hop on as well. So don't go away as they join us a little bit. I appreciate you guys. It's going to be an exciting experience what we're going to in this new year, new time. But real estate is solid. Remember, everyone needs a place to live. That's not changing. And entry level is always going to be a hard product as well. But let's jump it in. You Lee, Reliant, what do you got from us?
You're muted.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Yu Yi Lin. I'm a mover concierge for your office, okay? I can connect your electricity, Reliant also provide the home security service. I can provide your client with phone number, with water connection, gas connection, internet connection. And the fun part is per customer, you can earn up to $325, okay? If they connect electricity and home security, okay? Electricity, the referral fee is $75. Home security is $250, so they add up at $325. And also don't forget that we have a contest for this month from last Wednesday to the end of the month. First page is $100, second page is $50. So when you refer customer to me, if you can text me their phone number, name, and address, and when's the closing date, that would be great, because that way when I text them, that because I know their address and the closing date, they know that I'm not randomly advertising from the internet or something like that. So they know I'm from the special source like use, okay? And
Okay. All right,
Okay,
good stuff.
Thank you.
Reliant and electricity, when I switched it over, certainly saved my household. Obviously for your consumer, gives them one place, they can get a good quote, right? And at the same time is you can use them as well. And there's a little bit of opportunity to earn some money and some prizes as well. Okay. I'm still waiting for AMCAP to jump on as well. Celebrity title.
Camera's not working, Chad. I can't get
All
my
right.
camera to come on.
We can't see your pretty face, but we got your logo. We can hear
I
you.
know. I'm wearing a nice color. We actually match. No, like the match, you and me are all wearing blue. So I got to figure out how to get my camera to work. It says it's in another app and I have nothing else open. So I'll work on it. Give me a second.
All right. Anything exciting in the title world that we need to know about?
We have a foreclosure class that's coming up in the beginning of February. That's pretty exciting. Everybody's trying to get ahead of the game with that information and just knowing what it takes on the title side when you have a foreclosure, what to look for and what to be aware of, and questions and things to ask when you're doing a listing regarding a foreclosure, or when you're putting in a bid or putting in an offer regarding a foreclosure. The other thing, at the end of the month, on January 29th, we are running a 3-hour class, which is going to enable you all to update yourself on the TREC contract. That is a requirement for TREC, since we do have a new contract that comes out. You can start using the new contract February the 1st. And as of February the 1st, if you're using a new contract, we will be able to accept your option period funds. You do have to turn in the funds with the new contract. If you're using the old contract, we cannot accept those funds. But if you are starting to use the new TREC contract the February 1st, then we can accept the option period funds as part of your deposit funds with your title company. And remember, by April 1, you all have to start using the new contract regardless. So we have those two things coming up and that are available. If I could figure out my camera before this is all over, y'all will be able to see my beautiful blue dress and you can see how we all match. But outside of that, we always have classes available to you. We are downstairs. We do have someone downstairs now that's working on customer service, which is Lori Landrum. She's been in the industry for 15 years. So even if you're not using us, but you have a title question, you think it may be a little wacky, you know, you just had a conversation with the client and you're not sure if this is something that can happen, you always are welcome to come and ask us. We really want to be a resource for you and we want to have a relationship with you all and know that we are truly your partners and we would appreciate the business, but we are there for you regardless. So that's all I have while I try to figure out when my camera won't come on.
Awesome. Well, that's all we have for today as well. Norman, Namesh, anything else?
Well, one quick thing for Letitia, repeat the date of that contract class you're referring to?
Absolutely, January 29th. If you go to Eventbrite and look up Celebrity Title, we have all of our classes on Eventbrite that you can register for. So January 29th will be our contracts class. And then on February 2nd, we have our foreclosure class.
Okay. All right, great. All right, I hope we provided some value for you today, but here's what I want you to know is I'll provide those reports on KW SW25. Go out and tell the story of what our market's doing today. It's not changing anytime soon, right? We're in a battle. We got to go get the listings. We got to get the inventory. So that is really critical. Use any message you can to share that to get in front of people. Nothing beats your good old telephone and calling and checking on people. But if it's text, right? If it's emails, if we're going to use social media, we have the platform. We're available to help. I hope you know that. If you're overwhelmed, connect with somebody on the staff. If you're willing to go, I didn't want to do it. I paid for somebody to do it. Go see Greg, right? It's an option, but we can help you to do this and start providing some content out there to capture some eyeballs and some leads as well. So exciting year that we have planned. It's going to be one interesting market, but a lot of opportunity. So always an honor to get to you. Let us know how we can help you as well and have a great day. Talk to you soon.
See y'all guys soon.
See you guys, everybody. Enjoy your day.